So go ahead and open up the start file and take a look at how it's set up. We've got everything separated on layers, so we've got our background on a background layer. We've got our bar, logo, and our guide. First thing we'll want to do is animate the logo. And if you've noticed from the finished version, it has a 3D effect applied to it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. First thing I want to note is it's already been converted to a movie clip. If you were to produce this yourself, you would have to press F8, but in this case it's already been done for you. It's on its own layer by itself, so I'm following those two rules of animation. The next thing I'll need are some frames. So I'm going to press F5. And one of those good old motion tweens. So click on the logo layer, right click, create motion tween, and I've got the tween. To apply a 3D effect, there's a new tool here, the 3D rotation tool. I'm going to use that. If you notice, it gives us all these little circles that indicate the different axes. So here's the Y. Here's the X. Here's the Z. This one kind of moves them freestyle. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Grab that tool again. And then I'm just going to, for this one, I'm just going to move the Y. So I'm grabbing that green bar and just moving to the left. And starting in reverse. Then I'm going to go to frame 20 and then move it back. And keyframe should show up marking that change, and as you can see now it's moving in 3D space. Whenever you apply this tool, you may notice that the type looks a little fuzzy. That's just a factor of using this tool. So the tool is going to kind of rasterize the type just so it can function. So we're going to fix that next. So since it looks fuzzy, we don't want that there the whole time. We just want it to render the effect. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to swap it with another instance of that movie clip. So we've got one in here called logo. Might as well use a clean one after it gets done with its animation. Well, the first thing I want to do is, since I'm not going to use this anymore, I'm going to create a blank or an empty keyframe to hold that new version of that logo, and then get some more frames here. And I'm going to open up the library and just drag a version of that logo. I'll make sure I drag it to the right layer. There it is. Just use the black arrow tool. Alright, now you may notice that it's off a little bit. So this had some scale to it. Let's see. 135. So I want to go and make that 135%. So I'm going to go to the transform palette. 135. Looks a bit off. So the next thing I want to do is make those match. Now it's pretty impossible to just kind of guess. There's a tool here known as onion skin down here at the bottom of the timeline. I'm going to click that. And what that does is it allows you to see the animation before and after. So anywhere this little curtain is, and you can move that by dragging these little circles here. Anywhere that curtain is, it will reveal in outline what the preceding and the following artwork looks like. So if I click here, I can see where the ending of the frame before it is. So I'm going to go ahead and click my finished version. Just use my arrow tools to line that up, just to make sure it's nice and close to perfect. Alright, so that's it for that one. So let's take a look at it so far. Apple return. So it looks a little fuzzy, and then we're swapping that out with the non 3D version and turns sharp. Most folks won't even notice the shift between the two. Okay, that looks good.